Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with me, and today I was going to take you along and show you some things that I do for a little bit of inexpensive fall decorating using items that you already have in your home and just kind of souping them up a little bit for fall. So I took my candles that go on my little candlesticks that I keep on my mantle, and I'll have a full picture of this at the end. It's hard to get all of it in the screen. But I just took this and decorated it up, and so now I have this. Very cheap, inexpensive. This is Dollar Tree items. This is burlap that I already had in my stash. I've got paper. I've got some paper underneath just so that you wouldn't see this paper under there. And I put green with gold foil, this right here, because that green kind of goes with my decor in there. So. But that's it. Just a little bit of decorating. All these flowers from the Dollar Tree. It's $1 for a big old bunch of them. So, but I will have some nice pictures at the end. But this is kind of what it looks like on my candle stick. I think it's really pretty. And like I said, I'll have more pictures and everything. I'll have them set up at the end so you can see. So I just took my candle, and these candles smell so good. I don't know if you are like me, but if I get a candle that smells really good, as you can see, I've never burnt this candle. I love the smell of it, but I don't want to burn it because I'm afraid I can't find another one that smells this good and that looks good on my candle holders. So anyway, I'm terrible. But so you just take your paper, and I measured my burlap first to see how wide this is, and this was 3 1/4 inches because I don't want it to go past this little fray mark. So that's what I cut this, 3 1/4 inches wide, and this is just a 12-inch sheet. So then what I do is I take it and I just run it around my candle, and then I mark, well, I would if I could find a pencil. There we go. I mark just a little bit of an overlap. So I put that mark on there, and then I just cut that part off. So this is how I do my measuring. You guys know I hate to measure. And now I'm going to put a little bit of score tape on this side. And none of this is permanent. You can take this off and change it with the seasons, because I'm not gluing anything to the candle. I'm gluing all this to itself. So when it's time for Christmas, I'll change this up and I'll have Christmas decor. Oh, I can't find my everything tool. There we go. And I'll show you how I do my Christmas one when it gets time. Okay, I want to put this down like this. And be prepared to get candle wax all over. Your hands are going to feel really soft when this is over with. These candles are so soft. Okay, so just press that down. I pulled it as tight as I could. Pressed it down. And now I just take my burlap and I basically do the same thing. I pull it around and see about what I'm going to need. And then I'm just going to cut this part off. Now this burlap that I have does fray on the ends, but I'm not worried about that. I'm going to put all this in the back because my candles actually sit on my mantle, so the part will be at the back and nobody will see it. So there's that. I'm going to put that at the back just like that. I'm going to pull this really tight. Oh, I really left too much. Let me cut a little bit more of that off. Okay, pull that really tight and get it even. And then I do hot glue this, but what I'm hot gluing to is this paper underneath. I'm not hot gluing to my candle. So it's only hot glued to the paper that you put on there. So all this is going to be able to slide off when it comes time to change everything up. Now I'm using my little hot glue helper here, because you do not want to touch that hot glue with your fingers, believe me. Okay. So then we've got that, and I just look and make sure that they're both about even. That looks about even. Right. And now, just to give it a little bit of extra staying power, we're going to take some of this twine. And this is just a Mayarts twine, and it's kind of a green. There again, kind of still staying with my decor in there. Even though you're decorating for fall and you're using the fall colors, you can still stay, you know, with your decor and whatever colors you have. So I just did 3 strands, and I'm just going to lay that down. Make sure that that's in the back. And then I'm just going to tie this around the middle, and I'm going to pull this really, really tight, just as tight as I can. This again is going to help hold this, all of this in place. And I'm tying just a double knot. Okay. Then you can trim these off. And I know right now they're sticking out, but don't worry about that. We're going to fix it. Okay, I have just a couple of pieces that I cut off the top of those flower arrangements that I got at Dollar Tree. And this one, I think I'm going to cut it off even shorter. So I'm going to stick that. I'm going to put my leaves in first. I'm going to stick that under that ribbon. It's going to be pretty tight because that ribbon's tight, but that's good. It'll hold it. And you can, you know, put it at whatever angle you want. The other one I kind of angled it this way, so I'm going to angle this one this way. And excuse me if I sound out of breath. I'm having some sinus and allergy issues, and it's just, sometimes it gets really hard to breathe. It hasn't rained here in Alabama in so long. We're having a drought, and it's just killing my sinuses, so I'm having a hard time breathing some days. Anyway, if I sound out of breath, it's, well, part of it's that and part of it's just overweight, but we'll not talk about that. Alright, and just squeeze a little bit of hot glue under there to just kind of hold those where you want them. Don't worry about that little tail hanging down there, because we're going to fix that in a minute. Now, I don't want the leaves just sticking out wild, so what I'm going to do is put a little piece, a little bit of hot glue under there, and I'm going to press that down, that leaf down. And since I know I won't burn these, then I won't worry about them catching on fire, because I'm not going to burn them. I'm afraid I won't find another one. I'm awful. Okay, just hold that for a second. Okay. And then, let's see, I don't really like how you're sticking out there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little touch of hot glue right down in there. And I'm still staying away from my candle part. I'm gluing onto this and onto the paper. And I'm just going to hold that there for a minute. Now we have these little pumpkins that we got. These are from Tim Holtz Ideology, and these were actually supposed to be in one of our last kits, but we couldn't get these in time. These just came in yesterday, so we had to substitute for some larger pumpkins and gourds and things, but they're really pretty anyway. But so I have some of these, and I'm going to put a couple of these on there. And I know that pumpkins don't hang in the air, but I just think this will be pretty. My husband said, "You do realize pumpkins don't hang, right?" Yes, I realize that pumpkins don't hang, but my pumpkins are going to hang. These are Alabama pumpkins. Get in there, pumpkin. Alright, and then we're going to put another one right up in here. I'm just squirting some hot glue in there, and I'm letting that little stem go up in there. And then I'm going to kind of put a little dab of glue just to kind of hold them together there so that they'll cover up that stem. Have to hold it for a second. And this is not, somebody messaged me after I said everything tool on the video yesterday and said, is that what that's called? I'm looking for it. No, it's called the Kaisercraft die release tool if you're looking for it. But right now they're out of stock here, but we've got some more that are supposed to be here in a couple of weeks. So they're having to come from Australia across the pond, so it's taking them just a little while. So see, I'm going to fray that out like that. I'm going to do this one the same way. Okay, I'll fray the other ones off camera. And now I went ahead and tied my little bow because I didn't want to distress you out by making you watch me tie a single-sided bow, and it distressed me. But I went ahead and tied it off camera, and we're going to put that right under here to cover up the last part of that stem. And I'm just going to push it in there with the end of this little tool, just like that. This tool is wonderful, and I'm sorry you can't buy it just the tool. It comes with the kit, which has the mat, the silicone mat, the silicone little fingertips, and this tool, and a couple of other tools that are in there. But it's well worth the money, believe me. This thing has saved me from burning my fingers off lots of times. I always keep it right beside me when I'm working with hot glue. Okay, so there's our bow. I think I'm going to shorten it just a little bit because my other one's a little bit shorter. Oops. See how indecisive I was? I couldn't decide which way I wanted to cut that. And there it is. It's finished. So there are our two arrangements. We took a plain and simple candle and made some beautiful arrangements with them. And that is your fall decor. When fall is over with and when I'm ready to decorate for Christmas, I'll just take this and pull it and slide all of that off. I can use this again next year if I want, because I can always unhook it right here in the back. Use this again next year, put it back on, but then I can decorate and put my Christmas decorations on here. Okay guys, that is it. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. We will talk to you guys tomorrow. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button, and thank you all so much for your beautiful comments. I do read them all, but I am sorry I don't have time to respond to each and every one. But if you have questions, I try to get to the questions as quick as I possibly can. So if you have any questions about this or any other project, just leave it in the comments below. Bye-bye.